What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome, and this is the Darwin FPV Darwin129, and it is a 7-inch quad. Now, most of the drones that we generally fly, the standard is kind of like this 5-inch, and the propeller is 2 inches larger. Bigger's better, right? Well, bigger means more efficient, generally speaking. A larger propeller will produce more thrust than a smaller propeller. And so, a lot of people like 7-inch drones for long-range quads, and that's what this was built for. Now, a lot of people say this Darwin129 is basically a rebranded Tyro129, and they do share some components, but this is not the same drone. This is a better drone for sure. Now, I was initially drawn to this because it's inexpensive. Right now on Banggood, it's $179. I think that price has increased since I initially saw it, but still it's difficult to build a drone for less than $200. And we've got some pretty decent components on this, especially when we compare it to the Tyro129, which is an absolute budget build. Now, this guy does not come with a receiver, and you can see I added a dual antenna ELRS to this guy. I also added this mount here for my Caddx Peanut, which I really like as an FPV camera. It's inexpensive and it does stabilization, so definitely an option, but really you can put a full-size GoPro on this if you so choose. Now, I did have to replace my camera. This is a Phoenix and it was basically just plug and play. I didn't have to do any soldering, and that is because I crashed mine.
Well, I think that explains why I lost camera feed. I think we're okay, just a little bit of dirt. It's a little frustrating. Well, we'll get yourself a new prop and a new camera. We'll try again.
That's a me problem, not a you problem, but I did run into some other issues putting this thing together. Now, I like this as a beginner drone, but you gotta know if you're a beginner, it comes with all sorts of little headaches along the way. I had some issues getting my receiver to work. I don't really know. Eventually, it just worked in beta flight one day, and now I'm having some problems with my GPS. So when I'm flying this here, I'm not flying with the GPS active. In fact, I've got another GPS unit coming from Darwin FPV. They charged me $6 shipping. Could it have been my problem? Maybe. Either way, I got one of these on the way, and I'm going to upgrade this to Betaflight 4.4 to see if I can do a GPS return to home. Yeah, like return to home and land like you would on a DJI drone. So that's coming later, so forget about the GPS for now. Let's talk about some of the upgrades on this guy versus the old school Tyro129. You can see I have some TPU printed parts for my GPS and antenna holder. I also have a mount here for my camera. I've got some flashy orange standoffs that match my motors, which are Darwin FPV branded. Now, these are monster motors. They're 2507 1800 kV motors. That's the same as on this guy, except these were eSheen branded. It even came with a nice battery mount on the bottom, as well as some LED lights. Just super cool. You know, some nice touches. Video transmitter looks new, or at least upgraded, but it's hard to say. The ESC is a 50 amp ESC, which would be good for up to like a 5S battery. I flew this on 4S. And the flight controller is absolutely an upgrade. It's actually really nice. It even has Bluetooth, so you can connect this and do beta flight on your smartphone if you have the SpeedyB app. So you open up the SpeedyB app. I'm just gonna plug it in via USB to my computer. That will not give me enough power to run these motors. And you can see then, I can search for it using my SpeedyB app, and then just connect to the drone itself. That's pretty darn awesome. I can go in and I have a beta flight menu, and I can go ahead and change things in beta flight. And actually, I did this out in the field just to make sure that I could do it there. Pretty darn awesome. You can see I've got the beta flight menu, all sorts of good stuff. I want to tune my PIDs, check my receiver, all sorts of really awesome things. Even have my GPS tab here, but really nice feature that I have this Bluetooth built in, so I don't need to bring my laptop out to the field if I'm troubleshooting. So definitely really like this upgraded flight controller. All right, so we're gonna get this thing in the air so you can see it fly a little bit. You know, it's not an aggro ripper, but it can do okay. 7-inch drone. This is for cruising, and just doing some cruising here, testing out the new FPV camera, which is pretty darn nice compared to the original. But I think this drone is a good start, and I'm gonna definitely upgrade this. We're gonna get it on Beta Flight 4.4 when I get a new GPS, and you know what? I think I'm gonna go with some HD FPV feed. I don't know if it's HD0 or DJI. We'll see. But a fun drone, and it deserves better. So I'll do that later. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe so you can see that later. Isn't a perfect drone, and I wouldn't expect it to be. I already told you about the GPS issue. I got one of those on the way, but I just wasn't a big fan of the VTX here. It just didn't work as well as I would have expected for a VTX that has 800 milliwatts of output power. I tried a different antenna to see if that was the issue. Didn't seem to help at all. So, the VTX isn't ideal. Maybe I'll make this actually a digital quad. I think the motors are good. I think the flight controller is good. The weak point is this video transmitter. The camera wasn't super great, but I already took care of that. Yeah, if you're looking for a 7-inch quad, definitely a decent place to start. And then, like I said, I like this Caddx Peanut as an FPV camera, but a full-size GoPro will give you a little bit better quality image, so something to think about. Darwin FPV makes a good inexpensive drone, and it's something you might want to consider if you're getting into the hobby. You can always upgrade components here and there, and I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do with this guy. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in Part 107 stuff, we've got all sorts of guides and tools to help you learn and study. Basically, you can do all of that through the app. I teach kids how to do it. I figured I'd teach my Patrons as well. So if you want more information on how to pass the Part 107, link down below. You're gonna want to check that out in our Patreon. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Good luck, everyone, and happy flying.